I'm most excited and happy about the attacks on us from the United States. After being in business for 30 years, our teams were becoming lazy, corrupt, and weak. Many mid and senior management had gotten rich and no longer wanted to work hard. Since the U.S. began attacking us, however, everyone has really come together and wanted to improve our products. And as a result, lifting a burden from my shoulders and making me relax enough to praise the U.S. more. I hope our employees won't become anti-America. If we learn from the 200 years of openness of the United States, we will one day become an advanced company.
So you're actually saying that what is happening to your company right now is a good thing?
That's right.
Okay. But as a father, you must be nervous in some respect.
When Meng Wanzhou's problem emerged, I was shocked. Now that it's already happened, I'm more at ease. The legal systems in the U.S. and Canada are open and transparent. We have always believed that Meng Wanzhou hasn't broken any laws, so I'm not worried. And since ancient times, heroes always go through many hardships. How can you get tough without all the scars from your wounds?
Do you take any lessons from your childhood? I know you've spoken quite strongly about the influence of your parents in your life.
Parents certainly have an impact on their children. The reason I'm often quiet is that I've witnessed the suffering of my parents, and I want to focus on my studies and work.
A counterattack from Chinese tech giant Huawei. Its billionaire founder and CEO Ren Zhengfei sat down with CNN for a rare interview with a clear message. Huawei is not the national security threat the Trump administration says it is.
His tactics are wrong. If he intimidates a country today, threatens a company tomorrow, or wantonly arrests someone, then no one would dare invest in the U.S.
Huawei, China's largest telecom company, is facing an all-out assault by the U.S. and in Europe. Federal prosecutors have accused it of stealing trade secrets from T-Mobile and violating sanctions on Iran, which all led to the arrest of Ren's daughter, Huawei CFO Meng Wanzhou, in Canada. But chief among U.S. concerns that Beijing could use Huawei to harm U.S. national and economic security.
The prosperity that drives our economic security is inherently linked to our national security. And the immense influence that the Chinese government holds over Chinese corporations like Huawei represents a threat to both.
The FBI also says they've obtained emails revealing that Huawei offered bonuses to employees based on the value of information they stole from other companies around the world. The U.S. has banned Huawei products from use in federal agencies and 5G networks. Ren says that's unconstitutional. Huawei is suing the U.S. government over the ban.
But if the United States clearly feels that Huawei products are a national security threat, does the United States not have a legitimate right to protect its own interests?
They have to have evidence. Everybody in the world is talking about cybersecurity, and they are singling out Huawei. What about Ericsson? What about Cisco? Don't they have cybersecurity issues? Why is Huawei being singled out? There's no Huawei equipment in the U.S. networks. Has that made the U.S. networks totally safe? If not, how can they tell other countries that your networks would be safe without Huawei?
To date, the U.S. hasn't produced public evidence of Huawei spying on China's behalf, but says it could easily happen. If Beijing demanded access to Huawei equipment, the U.S. says the company couldn't say no. Ren says not true.
I'd rather shut down the company. In our 30-year history, we have never received such requests. If there are future requests, I'm making it clear today, I'll firmly reject them.
That hasn't stopped the U.S. from lobbying governments to shun Huawei, a huge player in building up 5G, the next generation of mobile networks worldwide. The U.S. told Germany this week that if it uses Huawei 5G equipment, it would limit intelligence sharing between the countries. Huawei is a company worth hundreds of billions. It's one of China's national champions, and it has global ambitions. For the U.S., that makes it a target. By suing the U.S. government, Huawei says it's ready for a fight. Matt Rivers, CNN, Shenzhen, China.